Your 20s are for building, not proving. Let me say it again. Your 20s are for building, not proving. Most times when we're in our 20s, there is this pressure to, prove to people that we are doing well, to prove to people that we are growing, that we are becoming. And funny enough, this same thing, happens through the years, not just in your 20s, even when you're in your 30s, in your 40s, in your 50s, you still feel that pressure to prove to people that all is well with you, that you're doing well, that your business is doing well, that your career is going well, and all that. There's always that pressure. And it starts from when you're in your 20s. And that's why it's better you deal with it while you're still in your 20s, that you won't carry it the rest of your life. So please, if you're in your 20s, this is not the period to prove to anyone anything. This is the period to build yourself. Because if you start out to start proving to people that you're this, you're that, it will continue the rest of your life. And you live a life of frustration, a life that is centered on pleasing people and making people to see you and see your words and all that. No, you don't force it. They will just see it for themselves. You don't need to force it. You're chasing likes from people instead of chasing legacy. Okay, and that is why most time you find teenagers, young people, you see them going the wrong path. Okay, maybe they have friends who are into drugs, alcoholism, chasing women, and a lot of evil social vices, and you see them following that path. Why? Because they think it's the trending thing. They think that following them to do those things will make them to be liked, to associate them with the big boys and the big girls of the society or of the school or whatever. And so you see them going that path. But if you have this mindset, this mentality that you're not here to prove anything to anyone, talk less of people who are still trying to figure their life out. So if you realize that you're not supposed to be chasing likes from these people who want to distract you, who are going the wrong path, but you're more focused on building yourself, growing, cultivating your skills, your abilities, and becoming a better version of yourself, then you would find out that you will be more focused on building yourself and not proving yourself to anyone. This is why it's important, because this will help you to fight off societal pressure, negative peer influence, and all that. Okay, this season of your life is not the time to prove yourself to the world, but instead it is the time to prepare yourself for the world. Okay, prepare yourself in your secret place, your characters, your habits, your skills, your values, your knowledge bank. And of course, as you know, we are always very real and very relatable here. While I was still in my early 20s, that was when I started. In fact, while I was still around the age of 17, 18, 19, that was when I caught this. And so I started trying out new different things, started trying out new things. And that was just started growing my leadership skills. Even I entered school, in the church, in the fellowship, in the departments, in the faculty, you will find myself volunteering. I vied for the vice president of my department in school. That's the whole thing, the whole election process and all that instilled some leadership skills in me, some resilience skills in me, some decision making skills in me. I was part of the electoral board committee. So you see, being part of all those things, of course, positive things, would help you to grow, to become better. You will begin to, know more about yourself. Okay, you begin to go in the area of leadership, decision making, critical thinking, creativity, problem solving. Okay, so this is the time to learn these things, and you can't learn them sitting in your house. You will learn them by going out there, volunteering for good causes, for positive causes, for good missions, volunteering in your church, being part of the media team in your church if you're interested in the media aspect of things, right? You volunteer for people in their organizations, in their companies. People are doing well that you want to emulate. You go and learn from them. You volunteer. You serve. Service will open doors to a lot of things for you that normally you wouldn't have access to. Okay, and this is the time to read books. To read books. In my early 20s, in my late teen age, that was when I started reading books. Books that adults were reading. Books on a lot of books on leadership, on personal development, on problem solving, creativity, books on a lot of things, spiritual books, books on wealth, on investment, on financial literacy. If you don't start now that you're still in your 20s, when are you going to start?